All right, the Detroit Lions have learned a valuable lesson. I think they've learned a valuable lesson from the Eagles on just why this roster can continue to be good for a long time, but how you need to do that with the salary cap and all of that kind of stuff. Here's the question I have. Do you believe the Lions are in the right position to continue to compete for a Super Bowl? And I know a lot of you are going to make the Jared Goff argument. I'm going to tell you why the Eagles' victory is actually making the Jared Goff argument even better that we can win the Super Bowl. I really do truly believe that. And hey, you may have noticed I'm not in my normal spot. I'm not. I am down at a soul care counseling conference, Christian counseling conference here in just beautiful Lafayette, Indiana. It's not gray here at all. It's gray. All right. And but there's no snow, which is weird. It's just 4 hours south of my house, but there's no snow. We're here. This is the hotel room, but we are going to keep working because we love talking football no matter what state we're in. All right, so let's talk about this valuable lesson that the Detroit Lions learned. I think there's 2 or 3. And the first one I'm going to bring up to all of you, I think when we look at the Eagles, they are the number one example to me of you can have a just crap ton of talent and a large amount of big contracts while still having and fielding a very solid all-around team. Now, this is in just complete contrast to what the Cowboys did, which was the opposite, where they had a lot of talent. They were paying that talent, but it didn't come to fruition. So the Eagles have what I like to call it's kind of a 3-pronged thing. It's the haves, the have-nots, and the rookies. And when I talk about the haves and the have-nots, I am not talking skill here. I am talking money. All right, so you have your haves, the Devontae Smiths of the world, Jordan Mailata's, Landon Dickerson, Lane Johnson, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Big Play Slay. These are all guys. Congrats to Big Play Slay, former Lion. All right, Matt Patricia was wrong about you. Matt Patricia was wrong about a lot of stuff. So anyways, with all of that being said, those are their guys that they're paying a large amount of money. You can already, if you go ahead and look over at our lineups, the guys going forward who are our halves, right? It is the St. Browns, Goff. It is Decker. It is Ragnow, kinda. All right? It's Penei Sewell. It is going to be Hutch. It is McNeil. It's going to be Branch, going to be Joseph, but it's not yet. And that's the thing that I think people need to understand. There's the haves, and then there's the have-nots. When you look at the Eagles, the have-nots are the guys that they brought in free agency this year that didn't get the huge contracts, but they were really big in helping the team. One guy, I'm not a fan of C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You got Zach Baun here, who came in just a nobody, ends up being the best linebacker in the NFL. All right, that's because he has a really good D-line. All right, the Lions will have that too. And then you have Mekhi Becton, washed out. He's going to be a miserable failure at tackle. Turns out to be a very much starting caliber guard in the NFL. In fact, a good caliber guard when you moved him to guard. The Lions, this is the area in which I think Brad Holmes needs to improve. Find me a have-not here that's not a rookie. All right, this is an area where he needs to improve. Tim Patrick, yes. That is a have-not. He's not on a rookie contract. He didn't get a lot of money. The only other one is Davenport, who got hurt. Okay? What we go out and do is we signed a lot of kind of haves. You have the Alex Anzalonis that you hand a decent amount of money to. Right? You have the Carlton Davises that you hand a decent amount of money to. You have the Zeitlers and the Glasgows who you hand a decent amount of money to. So that's the one area that we're missing. And then you have the rookies. You have the rookies that are there. They have Blankenship on a rookie contract. You got Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, their entire defensive line. Okay, that's not true. Williams, Carter, those are guys on rookie contracts. All right, you've got these are the rookie contracts that are helping. This is where Brad Holmes continues to kill it. Guys that are really good on rookie contracts. You got Branch on a rookie contract. Joseph, Arnold, Campbell, Barnes, Hutchinson, right? Like all of these guys this past year are still playing on rookie contracts. JMO, you've got Laporta, you got Sewell. They're all on Gibbs. They're all on rookie contracts. They become halves very quickly. So the question is, can you continue to fill in those gaps with the Bonds of the world instead of spending bigger money on the DJ Readers of the world? That is the main difference between the two. Now, I have three comparisons here, but I also want to talk about the quarterback comparison. Now, a lot of you are going to naturally make the argument that, yeah, they have a mobile quarterback. This is what I'm screaming for. This is what the NFL is going toward. Here's the argument I can make in that. They are paying their quarterback large amounts of money. By the way, the Eagles have voided everything to eternity. They're going to be screwed in 2030. I just want to make it clear. Like, nobody's going to care in 2028, 29, 30 because they've won their Super Bowl. Well, that's what we can say now. They will care. When their team can't keep any of the stars anymore, they absolutely will care, and these are good problems to have. But they voided everything out. What I'm saying is you can pay a quarterback big money that may not be what people believe to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. If Jalen Hurts and all of his deficiencies can go and lead a team that can just dominate the Kansas City Chiefs, there's no reason Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions with a good roster around him can't do the same thing. You can make the argument, well, Goff isn't mobile. Yeah, well, I can make the argument that Hurts can't throw. Like, he can throw the easy passes, the open passes, fantastic, congratulations. Sometimes he can do it, but he can't throw. Whereas Jared Goff in the pocket when he has time is elite. He's elite. Give me one thing other than the tush push that Jalen Hurts is elite in. He's a good runner of the football. Don't get me wrong. He's very good. He has powerful legs. He's very good, but he's not an elite improviser or anything like that. He's not there. So I'm going to make the argument that absolutely the Detroit Lions can win, and that's something that I've learned from this Super Bowl, is you don't have to have Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or Jaden Daniels to win a Super Bowl. Does it help you? Yes, it does. But it's not something that you need to have. It isn't something you must have right now. Now, the other thing that we've learned from the Eagles is that you need to draft well, and they've kind of gone with the, you know what, we're going to start getting picks because you need to backfill when you can't keep all of these stars. There is a world in the future where, no, the Lions are not going to be able to re-sign Hutch and Branch and Joseph and Laporta and Campbell and Barnes, right? Like you can't, and Onwuzurike, you can't re-sign everybody. So you need to have a large amount of picks in the hopper. And that's why I don't think the screw all them picks mentality that the Rams had is going to work for us with the Detroit Lions. That's why I'm not in favor of getting rid of everything to get Max Crosby or Myles Garrett. I'm not in that boat. I'm just not, because I don't want to have the right to pay another guy $30+ million a year when we have a salary cap. You can't do it. All right, so that's kind of where I'm at with all of this, but I think we've learned a ton from them, which is you can have a lot of stars. You just need to determine what stars you're keeping. What you can't do is sign a ton of guys to these $10 to $15 million a year contracts and have a ton of guys that are in that $30+ million a year contract. You can't have it all. You can't have it all. And rosters win when they have stars And then you allow other players elevation. They elevate the other players on the roster. All right, let me know what your thoughts are. Can we win with Goff? Are you still excited about this offseason as I am? I really am. And can't wait to see what kind of depth we build and what kind of a team we can put on the field going forward. Thanks for watching. See ya.